And the potato chip crunches, you know what that means. It's time for the VCL news. Thank you guys for tuning in again for this weekly edition of the VCL news for all your news around the film and art scene in New England. Before we start anything, make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, wherever you're watching this right now. Check us out on all our social media, Video Creators Lounge for Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. For Twitter, it's a Video Creators Lounge MA. Thank you to the continued support you give us, and thank you to our producer team. Say hi, producer team. Woo! Hey!
Yay!
So today we're going to be actually doing some stuff together. Raj is going to be playing some video games. He's a if you've been seeing the show, if this isn't your first time watching this, you know that Raj is a avid streamer. He's going to be doing a stream with all of us later tonight. So be sure to keep an eye out for that after we wrap this up. Question of the week: What and when was your last film job? I'm really curious. The industry's starting to open back up again. I've been noticing a lot more classifieds online. And you've probably seen some of those job openings on the show. Just wanted to get a feel of what everyone's been doing. My last film job has been this right here, showing you guys where you guys can find your own film jobs. Also, check us out, our VCL groups. You can see specific classifieds. We're doing more generalized how to find jobs in the show now instead of specific gigs. But we still will show specific gigs if you guys send us requests. So feel free to PM us as well if you have somebody you think would be featured well in the VCL spotlight. Thanks for dropping your phone, producer crew. And I think we can go straight into the news. So we're going to start off with events happening this week in the coming weeks. We got the Boston Women's Film Festival that's wrapping up in the next 2 days. That's ending on the 18th. That has been going on since the 8th. Limited tickets, so be sure to buy in advance. The individual tickets are $10 a piece, but it's on a pay what you can sliding scale. So if you can't pay, it's not a barrier to entry. Feel free, just contact them directly, and they will be able to hook you up. $25 for a 3-film pack or $85 for the full festival pass. You probably might not want to get that pass now that there's only 2 days left, but if you're feeling very avid, it would be a great way to support them. All film festivals are really trying to keep up with all the changes that's been happening this whole year, and I'm sure they'd appreciate you buying a full pass even though you might not be able to use it. Completely virtual. You have 24 hours to watch the film after you unlock it with your ticket. Full lineup's been out, so feel free to check that out. Next, we have the Palestine Film Festival that's happening today until the 25th. Today's actually the opening day. Also completely virtual. Films are all available online with a purchase 48 hours to start after you buy it. The full schedule is online, so check that out. The whole lineup is up there. The opener is Between Heaven and Earth, with a conversation with the director on the 18th at 2 p.m. if you're interested in that. Next up, we have the Flicker's Vortex Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Horror Film Hybrid Festival. This is actually really interesting what they're trying to do with this particular film festival. It's its 21st year. They're trying both a virtual and in-person element. So if you are really concerned, if you're at risk, you don't have to go. You can still do your virtual screenings, most of which I believe I think maybe all of them are free. However, if you're willing, if you're younger, if you're not high risk, if you're willing to put the masks on and social distance, there are going to be in-person presentations and screenings, both in drive-ins and also in-person screening rooms or theaters, as they like to be called. And also they have a walking tour, where they walk past the different locations Lovecraft wrote in and wrote about, including his own personal home, areas of Rhode Island that were used for inspiration for some of this work. I'm personally a Lovecraft fan, so I find that really cool. It's sold out, but that's something to keep. Maybe you can email them, see if you can get maybe get a cancellation ticket. But it just shows the many different types of events that are happening. There's a film festival. I looked at all of them the other in prep, and they have a large variety of stuff. What are you guys going on over there?
Girl stuff.
Girl stuff. Girl stuff. No girl stuff in VCL news. Yeah, yeah. It's so yeah. Like I was saying, it's a combination of virtual and in-person screenings. Go online if you want to watch the full see what the full repertoire is. A lot of different types of events. Unless stated, no children under 14 will be admitted to screenings because it is. Unless without an adult, because a lot of the content skews to an older demographic. There are children's all ages events. Just make sure to look out in advance online to see which ones of those are. And it is sponsored and put on by the Flickers International Film Festival in Rhode Island. So if you're in the Providence area or if you're in the Rhode Island area, because Rhode Island's pretty small, you can get to where I'm guessing you can get to anywhere in Rhode Island pretty fast. See if you can go support this in-person festival or support them online. And if you're not looking to watch any films but to submit some, they are taking submissions for the 2021 festival. So be sure to check that out online. Link in the description. Next up, we have the Boston Asian American Film Festival. That's starting on the 21st through the 25th. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I mentioned last time. The Flickers Festival, Vortex Festival, 17th through the 25th. So starting tomorrow. Next up, we have the Boston Asian American Film Festival, 21st through the 25th. Completely virtual. 12 opening night film is going to be Definition Please at 7:30 p.m. The prices for admission are $12 for special presentations, which includes the openers, the opening ceremony, the centerpiece, and the closing film. Besides that is $10 for features, $10 for shorts programs, and a $30 if you want a all-encompassing shorts pass. So all 5 of the shorts programs you can get for one low price. They're also having a happy hour trivia that they're conducting over Zoom, so bring your favorite beverage and go hop on. That's going to be happening the 23rd through the 23rd from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So make a calendar alert for that. Next up, we have the Mystic Film Festival. That's going to be happening on the 22nd and running through the 25th. That's going to be happening primarily in Mystic, Connecticut. Opening night, they're going to be featuring 2 films. First is a short doc, or a short film called Tall Tales, The Ireland of Orson Welles by Dylan Toole. And the larger feature being bundled with that double feature is A Call to Arts by Christopher Capel. The opening will have a price of $17. But I believe all the other films will only be $10. And they, like the Vortex Sci-Fi Fantasy and Horror Film Festival, it will be a combination of both in-person and virtual events. To get the full list and to see what's going to be in person or not, be sure to check their website out. Next up, the last film festival going to be mentioned on this section of the show is going to be the Providence Film Festival. It is not happening at the moment, however. They are having their deadline for their regular stage submissions on the 31st of this month. So Halloween night, if you are looking to submit to this film festival, be sure to do it before then, or else the price will go up for submitting. The very last day to submit is going to be November 20th. If you're a kid who's watching this, if you're a younger filmmaker, why? Kids. Kids
love watching the VCL news.
They love watching. Yeah, I guess we have a huge younger audience with the giant audience, I'm sure, who's watching this live right now as I speak. Regardless, it is a great networking experience for any age. Film festivals, regardless of whatever you go to, you'll meet other filmmakers. You'll feed off their energy. You'll gain inspiration from both fellow workers and the films themselves. It's a great experience. If you're serious about getting into this industry, you definitely need to start going to film festivals and submitting to film festivals. So be sure to do that. Our very youthful audience. Next up, we have the section for videographers, camera ops, and directors and screenwriters. A couple different screenwriting workshops in this section this week. We have the Women's in Film and Video. They're having a hands-on TV series Bible TV writing workshop. They're going to be having Ellen Sandler, who is a TV writer and producer, giving a workshop on how to write for TV, I believe they're going to be talking about how to get into the pilots, write a pilot. In addition, you can have your work selected to be critiqued and analyzed by the other people in the class. Questions are welcome. The price is going to be $15 for women in film members and students, $20 for women in film New England members, and $30 for the general public. If you're looking to get into better sharpen up your writing skills, be sure to check out that. In addition, there's going to be 2 different peer reviews for short scripts by the Boston Screenwriters Group on October 17th at 11 and on October 31st at 11 as well. Send your scripts in by the Thursday of the week of the event. I guess it'd be too late for the 17th because that's tomorrow, but for the upcoming one, be sure to send in your script the Thursday before to Boston Screenwriters Group at Gmail. They're looking for micro and short scripts, so either 1 episode, 10 pages, an episode of a series, or 10 pages of a longer work, such as a feature, or 1 scene. So that way you can send it in and get some feedback over Zoom. Next up, we have a news story with all the craziness of COVID. There's been a lot less movies being released. Luckily, there are still at least a couple. One of those is The Honest Thief, that was actually filmed in Boston and I believe also Worcester. That's going to be premiering today. It just came out in theaters. So again, if you're low risk and you are willing to social distance, be sure to go out and check out that movie in theaters. I can't wait till I have a chance to go to the theaters myself and watch a movie. It's been so long, but it's shaping up to be a cool film, and I'm sure they're going to have it on digital soon for all those who aren't able to see it in person. And next up, we have the Mass Production Coalition's fundraiser. We mentioned it last week. We're going to mention it again here because it's so important. Mass Production Coalition does a lot for film in in Massachusetts, and I guess New England by extension. They are currently working to get the tax credit, keep the tax credit that brings in a lot of film jobs. And that is currently on plan to get sunset, I believe, in 2022. They're working hard to get to make sure that doesn't happen, but they need your help in order to do that. So if you have anything you can spare, anything you can contribute to them, please send them some help. They're also providing COVID-19 resources for those who are trying to operate safe sets, and other just networking events and resources for filmmakers in general. So it's a great organization. Help them. By helping them, you're helping yourself. If you can't donate right now, if times are tough, just share the link. It's important that they're being supported right now. And last, we're just for our community roundup on cool stuff that's been happening. We have Raj. He's been streaming. Call Raj. Why don't we hear it from the big man himself? Raj, what have you been streaming this week?
Most recently, and it was going to be one I was going to do here, but I decided to do it early just in case it was boring, and it wasn't, because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. Contraband Police is actually one I just did, and that was actually fun, very reminiscent of Papers, Please, which is not one I've actually played. Before that, I played an RTS, Stronghold Warlords, which was fun. Really tries to play on that the more realistic aspect, because the way I play RTS, especially like Command & Conquer and StarCraft, I always went off the swarm method, you just build all the troops, and that's all you need. This game, definitely you got to worry about your resources, your wood. You got to have enough peasants to be soldiers even. They try to definitely keep that realism in it, which not my favorite thing, but definitely very cool to see.
Is it a newer version of Stronghold? Is it based off the Stronghold 1? Because Stronghold 1, I believe, came out like early 2000s. It was still before 3D.
It is. I believe it's from the same makers.
Right.
But I believe it is a newer version. I don't know exactly when it came out. I think it came out in 2020.
Okay.
Because it was actually part of the Steam. Steam is currently having an autumn festival.
Okay.
So it's part of those games where they're highlighting different demos and different creators of upcoming or games that have just released. So I believe it is new.
Okay, I might check it out if it's free. I'm a big RTS fan. I grew up with Command and Conquer, like Raj mentioned. Also, a lot of Age of Empires and, of course, StarCraft. I'm also familiar with the Swarm. Did you main Zerg? I'm guessing if you were a big Swarm guy.
No, it depended. I played the campaign.
Come on.
Come on, I'm not an online player, man.
No.
Do you watch my channel?
I do.
What have I been online besides Brawlhalla?
Nothing, I guess.
That's a lie. You can say Circle of Sumo, but besides the point. No, but honestly, I just played the campaign.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll get into that later because you're gonna be playing tonight, right?
I am. We will see. I have 9 games for you guys to pick, so we're gonna go off that. I think that's the best way to go about it.
I don't know if I'll be there, but I'll be sending a representative in my stead.
Please do send your representative.
Well, yeah,
it would be highly appreciated.
All right. Well, so look forward to that, everyone. Also on the docket, Brooke. Congrats to Brooke Lambert for getting onto the Amesbury Cultural Council. She's now going to be helping out and in charge of the directing the public arts programs there that will help beautify the city. Congratulations to Brooke. And in addition to that, she is also working with Charlie Alejandro, making masks, stylish, beautiful masks with her artwork on them. And 20% of the proceeds from those she sells are going to the Sarah Joy Foundation, which supports cancer patients. So all 3 of those people, great friends of the lounge, we're doing a lot of great work. Please support them. And lastly, we can't forget Ken. Ken has had an interview yesterday. If you were looking at our feeds, we had a couple different live streams, and one of the live streams featured an interview with Kem Alquist. Elmquist, did I say that right? Please, Elmquist. Sorry, Ken. But we have their interview. Raj conducted. Be sure to check that out. It's on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It was a great interview. It went great. Go check it out.
Looks like I might have stole your shirt to do that interview.
I guess you did, yeah.
Very similar.
You're stealing my fashion sense. And I think that wraps up the news for today. Thank you to all those who stopped by. Thank you to my great producers. Thank you to everyone who made great art this week. We were featured. And as always, follow us on all our social media. Follow us, join the Facebook group so you can see our specific jobs that we post there that we find through the grapevine. And I think that's... Oh, and message us if you have anything you want us to feature in the show, whether you're a performer or if you're looking for help with your project. And I think that wraps it up. Do you have the line? Don't... You have the eye... What? No! Oh! Okay, this is a... these are... Yeah, is this going to be a thing now with us? You just throw fruit...